5. That was too high. 4.
That's not loud enough.
2. Yeah, not loud enough.
Yeah, look at the thing there, and that's the loudness meter. That's what it's called.
5.
Now you're gonna do it again, huh? You gonna count again?
3, 2, 1.
Oh, you did hit me this time.
I did hit you.
Why'd you hit me?
No comment.
I'm Judge James.
I'm Judge Evie, and you can't call yourself.
Yes, I can.
No, you
yes,
can't.
I can.
No,
I
you
am
can't.
definitely Judge James. I ran DCC this morning and almost killed off 2 dwarves and Jules with the Carnifex. So I can call myself Judge James all I want. All right, I don't have to be DM James, even if I am Dungeon Master James and Game Master James. I'm DM James. I'm Judge James. I'm all the James. I am the James James.
Okay.
See that?
No comment.
James James. Hashtag James James.
Don't do the hashtag.
Why not?
No.
If he'll do that, hashtag.
Hashtag. You do this
Who
way.
does that? No, I do this.
No, it's this way. And it's easier to go like this. No, do it this way.
Hashtag.
Hashtag.
Hashtag. Hashtag.
Hashtag.
I don't know what we're doing.
Hashtag.
All right. So what's going on, Evie?
What's up?
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah?
How are you doing?
Are you feeling like you can continue the show?
Yeah.
I'm just making sure, a lot of times when things happen in people's lives, sometimes they feel like they can't do the show anymore.
I can still do the show.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure. I'm just checking in case, I've lost gamers in the past to significant others in dating and stuff. I've lost.
Wow.
I lost some
That
good
sucks,
Dark
man.
Sun players.
Dang.
So.
Now I'm still.
Hey, look at that! Look who joined us here. Bren for Life is here. Wow.
Wow.
It's an important question for everyone today. So.
What's the next thing in this
Next thing is there were 4 games this weekend to be had. 4 by me and 1 by you. Your gaming is low.
It's not that low.
It's kind of low. So I ran Dungeon Crawl Classics this morning, D&D 5e yesterday, and I did some Stealing Stories for the Devil today. And then together we played Shadow of the Demon Lord.
Yeah. I left a person to die.
That was pretty horrific.
That's my whole character's thing. So my character's a torturer.
Your whole character's an asshole. What it is.
Yeah. My name's Dorit, and I'm a demon chick. And I'm a torturer.
Accurate.
And a grave robber.
Accurate.
And a burglar.
Accurate.
And one of my things is I enjoy watching people suffer. And so
which is how you have so much corruption.
Well, there was all those people in these little cages, and they all had different tongues, and they were all
No, they didn't have different tongues.
Not different tongues. They all had
you came across a bunch of cultists. I'm sorry, a bunch of prisoners that the cultists were keeping chained up, and they all were missing their tongues.
Yeah, and so.
And you freed 3/4 of them.
Yeah, and then I left the ugly ones to die.
Which gained you corruption.
I know, it's so
Which
dumb. Now
Judge Evie's character in Shadow of the Demon Lord, Dorit, the rogue. What is your expert path? Apostate. The rogue apostate, I think it is. Now has enough corruption that if splashed with holy water, she takes 5d6 damage. So I guess all the bad guys are gonna start carrying holy water with them, just to hunt down Dorit. That's what they're coming for. Greg's has embraced the corruption, so I guess so. All right, well let's move into Judge Evie Presides.
Judge Evie Presides.
Do we have any?
I'm loading it. Why did it sign me out?
That's Google. Why don't you just be in it? Why? Hi, Valentino. What's up? There's a Valentino here. I don't think we've had a Valentino here before. This is the first Valentino for the show. Why are you logged out?
I don't know.
I do want to say, I'll just step in here while Judge Evie does this. I did mention that I did the Stealing Stories for the Devil game. I played that today. There's an actual play on the Living for Crits YouTube channel. I'll put a link to that in the comments on YouTube. Does that work? Does that make any sense? You know what I'll do? I'll put the link to that in the chat. How about that? That's something I can do. So if you haven't watched that and you'd like to see the Stealing Stories for the Devil, that gameplay, that's Monty Cook Games' new Kickstarter doing. You can go watch me play. It's a short game, like an hour and a half. Nothing too crazy, nothing too long, but it was a good time.
We have 3 questions. And we have a wrap.
3 questions and a wrap. Hashtag and a wrap.
And a wrap. Yep. Okay. So these are all from Brian.
Brian's awesome.
They are Olympic level questions.
Really?
So it fits.
Wow, it fits the theme today. Okay. All right. Let's do this.
Okay.
All right.
Good day, judges. Great episode last week. Thank you. One day, far into the future, we would love to host.
Wait, one day you fart into the future?
One day, far into.
One day you fart into the future.
One day, far into the future, we would love to host.
Just keep going.
But there's tea.
You need to keep going though.
We would love to host an in-person mini-con out here in Australia, north of
cool.
Brisbane. Apparently, Brisbane is going to host the 2032 Olympics, so we'll need to plan around that. Questions for the... You did not say that.
Questions for what? Questions for the DMs.
Wow.
Maybe he means questions for the direct messages. Hey, look at that. We got tea.
Green tea with honey.
There's green tea with honey. This is interesting. This is some fine Wegmans green tea.
Oh, yeah, wait.
Let's
show
clink.
off that Wegmans green tea.
Wegmans green tea for the green in you. Anyway, all right, DMs. DM Evie, tell us about this.
Shut up. No.
Come on, DM Evie.
Question number 1. How would you build tabletop RPG-themed mini golf course in your dungeon tavern?
A mini golf course.
What adventures games would you use to inspire each of the holes? For example, the first hole could be DCC funnel, the second hole could be something based on Numenera, etc. I guess it would be a glow pot course, at least for the MCC portions.
I don't know. You want to pick? You pick the DCC. What would the DCC course look like?
I feel like it would be one of those they're different holes, right?
Well, yes, that's how golf works.
Well, yeah, but the DCC hole, I feel it could be like a luck hole.
Okay.
You know, I feel like it would be one of those ones that's on the mountains, and there's a hole inside.
Oh, and you have to get it up, and then it's going to go down and just spat out somewhere?
Yeah, so it's all
Gotcha.
based off of luck.
Okay.
You know.
I think for a Numenera hole, it'd have to be something really weird. You'd have to putt the ball not into a hole, but into a square-shaped sphere.
Nice.
For Mutant Crawl Classics, I would just say you'd have to putt the ball.
Monster golf.
What? Oh, yeah. Who has Monster Golf still? Does anyone have Monster Golf still?
Oh my god, I love Monster Golf.
There used to be a place called Monster Golf
Perfect.
in Monroeville, Pennsylvania, and it was all black light, and there'd be heavy metal playing, and there'd be Halloween music playing, but all year long, and all these creepy crawly things around, and me and Evie would go there, and it was so much fun. It was so much fun.
Then they closed it.
They closed.
It's really sad.
It was really. Then we moved. There's no Monster Golf out here in friggin' Philly.
No, it's barely any real golf.
Ain't nothing out here.
True.
Friggin' Philly blows. Next question.
Number 2.
Okay.
With the amount of online gaming you've done, have you experienced Zoom or teleconference fatigue? The opportunities to online game are incredible, but with a heavy amount of virtual Zoom, Teams, teleconference work many of us do daily now, I feel a little fatigue trying to game online for 3+ hours a session. I'm looking forward to gaming more in person.
What do you think, Evie?
This
is more for you. I do not have Zoom fatigue because I have been back in the field working pretty out there since COVID started. While I've had a lot more meetings on Zoom, on Microsoft Teams in the last year plus, I've had a pretty decent balance of working from home on some days and then going to COVID-infested job sites on some days. So I had a really good mix. So, but I think the kids have had more of an issue with this than I have.
It's not as big of a deal now because we're not on these Zoom for 7 hours a day. But when we were in school and it was all virtual school, and even if we were going to the in-person school, you just sit on Zoom for 7 hours.
Yeah, it's
straight. And then to go from that to also being on a 3-hour game is 10 hours sitting on a Zoom.
I think Zoom,
bad.
I think school, we had some really good gaming going on last year with the tweens,
Shrubs. Yeah.
with the tween shrubs, who are older than tweens now. We had some good gaming going through early pandemic and then through the summer. And then once school hit, it sunk the whole idea of being online for hours at a time. That was really challenging. So I still don't think I still think that weekly gaming is way easier online. I think a hybrid model is probably the perfect approach if you have friends that are local that can meet regularly online and in person. You can kind of shift things up. Like our friends Cody and Shannon that came over last night, who are in our Demon Lord campaign, they're in person. We gamed in person last night, but we also had played online for the whole year, and we gamed in person prior to that.
Yep.
Good question though. Was there a third part? Or was it just two parts?
There's the third part.
Spatial ID.
Yep. Number 3.
Bonus round.
But I was gonna say that.
Bonus round.
Bonus round.
I said it.
What are some of the RPG game events you would add to the Olympics? I suppose if we have golf, why not add some games? Cheers, Brian.
I think we're going to cover that in the next segment. And this may not cover exactly what you're thinking, Brian, but I wanted an Olympic themed show tonight, so I put together notes for one. And we're going to hit on this a little bit. It's not RPG themed Olympic events. No, it is. It's Dungeon Crawl Classics Olympics. So it's all just jacked up stuff.
Yep.
So that's what's coming.
Yeah.
Is there a wrap? Brian, thank you for the questions. I will say to everyone before we do the wrap, feel free to send us questions to dccjudgeevie@gmail.com. We will love to take your questions. From any of you can send us questions. Some from Valentino, to Greg, to Brian, to Brent for Life. So many questions can come, unless you're too intimidated for questions. If you're intimidated by sending in questions, that's fine too and totally acceptable.
You're so mean.
What? I'm just saying. Just do the next part. Do the next part.
The next is a rap. It's from Greg. It's the not there bear.
Okay.
The not. Yeah.
I'm ready.
You ready? Can't tell where it's gonna be. It isn't fair that you can't see the not there bear. Oh. Okay. Invisible, it's dangerous, invincible. Makes rangers cuss the not there bear. If you see infrared. If you see infrared, see the bear, shoot it, it's dead, the not there bear.
Is that it? And we really, this did this.
Infrared, really?
Infrared, yes.
Infrared.
Not infrared.
Infrared.
I like to say that the school district, I won't say which school district, but the school district that we are in is one of the top ranked school districts in Pennsylvania. And this is what you get.
That's mean.
They don't teach infrared.
I can't figure out how to get this.
I'll tell you what, gifted classes sure have changed since I was in the gifted program in the early 90s.
Gifted.
In name only.
What?
What? Nothing. Okay. Let's move on to the next part of the show today. And
wait, I want to try our tea.
All right.
Have you tried it?
I did. Think again. I mean, it's hot as hell.
Oh my goodness, it's really hot.
All right. So for today's show, we're going to talk about DCC, Dungeon Crawl Classics Olympic Games, and some ways you could have Olympic game themed stuff.
You have a lot of these.
I know. I was thinking, because I actually did some work from the show. I actually put thought into this thing before I show up.
I was busy. I was watching Jane the Virgin.
Okay.
It's a really good show.
By yourself?
Yeah.
Or you're making him watch it?
I was watching it when I came home.
All right, that's good. Because don't put that kid through torture. All right. Actually, if you didn't know this or not, the Olympics have been featured in another RPG product. In the Advanced Dungeons & Dragons 2nd Edition Age of Heroes book, there is an adventure in the back where you have to get to the Olympic Games. This is one of the historical reference guides for Dungeons & Dragons that came out in the 90s, and it covered the the area around that was at the 5th century BC and into the 4th century BC, and essentially all is a map in the back. It's original. Be careful with it. This stuff is like is precious.
Very old.
As I've said before, the green historical reference guides are my favorite guides for Dungeons and Dragons. Is my favorite part of my collection. I will never get rid of these. But the Olympics are featured in the back because this takes place in ancient Rome. But Dungeon Crawl Classics can take place anywhere you want.
Anywhere.
And therefore, we're going to go into some ideas for Greg is very old. What? You're very old, Greg?
I said the book was old.
Brent for Life says, hashtag rapper Evie.
You did the hashtag wrong.
Can you pronounce rapper Evie or is it Reparave? Let's talk about some Olympic Games in Dungeon Crawl Classics. I have to say, the easy one off the bat, the easy one is Olympic X Crawl.
That'd be so swag.
It would be pretty great.
Oh my god.
You can't whisper, people can't hear you.
Oh my god.
Do you know what X Crawl is? X Crawl is a Dungeon Crawl Classics game. It's a lot like the video game Smash TV or the movie The Running Man, where it's like climbing for dollars kind of thing, but it's with dungeons and hunting monsters. And we had a campaign of that last summer. It was a lot of fun.
We did.
And I think, what kind of Olympic X Crawl games could there be? I think you have full dungeon battles for bronze, silver, or gold.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
Wait, so like the full dungeon.
You do a full battle could be an event.
It could, or you could have a bunch of tiny ones.
Yeah, like just like one room, like a whole bunch of people go through one room. That would work great for a tournament funnel or a tournament adventure where you just take a dungeon and you know what you do? You have like 5 dungeon rooms for the dungeon battle for Olympic X Crawl, and you take 5 GMs, 5 judges, and you sit them around the room, and each crew goes table to table.
And you could do one of the games kind of like Doug Hunt, where you flip the people around. Yeah,
you could have the people change groups, and then whoever wins at the end gets a medal.
Mm-hmm.
I like that one. So full dungeon battle, partial dungeon battle. Greg says treasure hauling race. That would be pretty cool, especially if like you had to get it through really challenging areas and spaces. And our video is like crapping out right now. Why is that?
Why is it so?
I don't know. So maybe you have to get the dungeons, the treasure chests, like across a lake or a river or just through the dungeon itself. And you can't just use sheer strength. You've got to use, teleportation and levitation stuff and magic items and, just like gut your party's halfling and then smear their guts on the floor and then use it to like lubricate the ground as you pull the treasure chest.
Nice.
Olympic critting. How about that? I thought that went up. So whenever thieves attack from like their stealth mode, they get like to backstab, and a backstab's an auto crit. So Olympic critting, Olympic backstabbing, where you just have like all of these. You just like have cows or pigs or something in a field, and the Olympians have to like sneak up to the cow
stab them
and crit the cow.
Crit the cow?
Yeah.
That should be called crit the cow.
Crit the cow.
Crit the cow.
That's a good one.
Crit the cow.
What's another one?
And
you said you were covering your own ideas, so you can't look at mine.
I had one where...
I think Olympic critting the cow is a good idea.
No, just crit the cow.
Because then you have the cow to eat afterwards.
That's sad.
That's not sad.
What if you win gold, you get to bring all the things you killed home to your family?
That's how the real Olympics works.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I know, it's amazing.
Do they crit cows too?
Yes. No, that's a Dungeon Crawl Classics thing only. How about Olympic summoned animal riding? So you have to be a wizard for this one. So the wizard has to cast animal summoning, but the wizard also has to have some skill apparently in riding whatever they've summoned. So you want to get a pretty well cast spell, I think.
What if you did one where it was like you had all those like targets and like all the wizards like magic missiled all the targets?
But magic missile always hits.
But what if they fail?
It doesn't. It always hits.
But what if they didn't roll high enough?
They just create less missiles.
Whoever can blow up the most.
That would make way more sense.
Exactly.
Whoever blows up the most crap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm thinking of right now?
If you can blow up the losers.
I'm thinking of, what's that game where you're like at Disney World? Remember?
Toy Story Mania, right? With the Toy Story things.
Crackety Jones says Alakablam. Look at that. Exactly. That.
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
Alakablam.
There you go. That's the game.
Mhm.
Anyway, all right. On the same basis of riding animals you summon and stuff and shooting stuff, orm riding. So in the Purple Planet, if you've played Peril in the Purple Planet, oh, it's just a thing a wizard says. This is my wizard. Wait, no, it's not. It's just my wizard spell thing to say. All right, well, that's cool too. That's a good thing. You know, I agree. I'm with it. All right. So anyway, orm riding, right? So you've got your purple orm, your orms, your great orm mother, all that stuff in the Purple Planet, and you have to ride those. All right. So that could be Olympic.
Could be one.
Like, or maybe you just have them ride the regular orms, and if for the finale, you know, like they have to go ahead and what was that? Why is your phone like buzzing here?
My phone's just.
That was your phone.
We do need my phone for
the great
questions.
orm mother is the last thing to ride on. Next thing.
What if you did one where you like have to eat a lot of stuff, right? Like
DCC eat a lot of stuff.
Like,
how do you figure that out?
It was
What's
like
the stats for that?
like a luck test, and like some with the stuff, or like the whole like thing with the chalices.
What chalices?
Like the poison stuff, but instead of poison chalices, and you had to like luck through them.
I'm liking Crackety Jones's thing more right now, but keep going.
It was like
she said about gnome tossing or kobold throwing for the Warriors. I like that.
Like one of those like eat a bunch of stuff challenges, like, but it's poisonous and it's like a luck test.
I think you know what, halflings would be good at that, right?
Exactly.
I'm cool with that.
You make all the halflings eat poison, and then you can eat the halflings after you eat the cows.
You know what? To jump on to what Crackety Jones just said, you could have it where you know you have kobolds with javelins being thrown by warriors. So the warrior has to throw the kobold.
Mm-hmm.
And then the kobold has to throw the javelin while in midair. So it's like a team sport. Or gnome. I think it'd be funny with the kobold though.
Yeah.
Maybe both. Maybe the halfling would make sense. You know? And look at that. Yeah, who is the best constitution for resisting poison? So poison drinking. Mm-hmm. That would be fun. I brought up ziggurat climbing, held in the Starless Sea. So we're live now at the bottom of the Starless Sea, and the Beastmen are getting ready the ziggurat for the big ziggurat climb, you know, and then they're off to go to the top of the ziggurat. At the top, they summon a demon.
Yep.
Gladiators. Gladiators is fun.
Gladiators.
I'm just gonna yell gladiators because I wrote it like that.
Gladiators.
GaryCon 2017. Judge Mark and myself and a whole bunch of people, we went and did a big gladiator funnel in 2017, I think, and we did the funnel at it was 2017, and we did the gladiator funnel.
I wasn't at GaryCon.
No, I know, but you won the award. We did that at the Pittsburgh
Oh,
I
did. Yeah. That's the big skull trophy.
Exactly, the trophy for Free RPG Day tournament. So you do gladiator fighting, you know, so just in the arena, just murdering each other. That's very DCC. The one last I'm going to add here that I've got, unless you have any more?
I don't think so.
So Evie's mother, I don't want to call her my wife at the moment. Evie's mother, because this is a terrible idea. She said Olympic lanista-ing, and she brought up Batiatus from Spartacus Blood and Sand about just an Olympic sport where you throw gladiators to their death. Whoever has the least number die wins. That is a horrible, evil thing.
That's a great idea.
Like mother, like daughter. All right, well, if you have any other ideas of Olympic games featured for Dungeon Crawl Classics or Mutant Crawl Classics, we have no Mutant Crawl Classics ones. So, you know, toss those to us in the chat or email them to dccjudgeevie@gmail.com. Or if you watch this on YouTube, put it in the comments section, and we'll talk about that, all right? I think we're going to wrap things up here, though. We're going to move on to Kickstarter shout-outs.
Kickstarter shout-outs.
Devil Made Us Do It, Kickstarter by Monty Cook Games, is out there right now, and that is at $190,000 with 12 days to go. And actually, hold on. There's one more I want to mention here, but I gotta find it here. There's one more Kickstarter I want to mention.
How's it going? Who got logged out now?
I know. I got logged out.
And you made fun of me for getting logged out.
What?
Remember, because I had to log back in Gmail. Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Nothing. What are you talking about?
All right, I'm not talking anything. So there's a new Scientific Barbarian Kickstarter. So I'm going to put this link in the set below. So if you've not seen this, this is 16 days to go. They're at $20,000. And Scientific Barbarian is a really, really fun, but I don't want to call it a zine. It's it's a full magazine for all of your like old school mutant gaming stuff. If you have Mutant Crawl Classics, it's completely compatible. But I think if you had other mutated games or other, like OSR style, like D20 based games, it would work fine for you there as well. So I'm gonna put that in the comments. Sorry for the typey. So you guys can go find that as well in the show notes, not the typey in the show notes. But yeah, go check out my copies of that just arrived for Scientific Barbarian 1, 2, and 3. They are phenomenal. So if you like those, if you don't have those ones yet, you can sign up and you can get the Scientific Barbarian Annual, which is going to have all 4 Scientific Barbarians included in one hardback. And if I didn't have the 3 already, I would get that, but I think I'm going to be good. Road Crew shoutouts. Empire of the Cyclops Con is now in November. If you thought it was September,
Not wrong.
it ain't. I may have said September,
moved.
but it hashtag moved.
Hashtag moved.
So make sure you go and find out where did it move to?
Where it did?
Where did it move to?
Where it did. And you think I can't pronounce words?
Judge Evie, where can people find us?
They can find us at I Live for Crits on Twitter. Living for Crits on Instagram.
And there's a daily vlog right now that's still going on.
And the daily Living for Crits vlog on YouTube.
Which has been going on daily. Because that's what it is.
That is in the name of it.
My commitment was to do 30 days of it. I'm around like day 22 or day 23. So I have a week left. And we can decide if it's going to keep going or if it's not going to keep going. It is a little bit more work than I expected it to be. But it has been quite fulfilling. And I've enjoyed it. But yeah, a lot of work. But that's it. So be safe, be healthy, be kind to one another. And for my outro ASMR, I don't think I had done this one yet. So I'm just going to say, in the spirit of the best actor of all time, I'm going to say, the movies.
Huh?
You know, Vin Diesel. The movies.
The movies.
The popcorn. The squishy seats. The person that puts his foot next to your head and touches your ear. The dirty bathrooms. The overpriced candy. The almond joy that's this big and is 5,000 calories.
So
Going back to the movies. You know, the movies thing. Never mind, just do yours.
I know what to say. I'm thinking. Play like hotel, no, like elevator music while I think. I was trying to think of anything. Oh, okay.
Just do it!
I'm trying to think!
All right, we're done.
No,
we're done.
Wait, what was the thing that we said earlier?
What?
Oh, yeah. Hashtag crit the cows.
Good night, everybody.
Remember we said crit the cows?